Now that Evie has been born, fans are wondering which of the 3 pig siblings is their parents' favorite. Can you answer that question? Between Peppa, George, and Evie, which one is the most special?
This is my little brother George. This is my baby sister Evie.
The new house. Evie might very well be Mommy and Daddy Pig's favorite child, and there's plenty of proof. Let's start by talking about the new house. If you've been keeping up with the new episodes, you know that the pig family built a bigger and nicer home. And all of this happened because of Evie. Everyone knows Daddy Pig works in construction, meaning he could have done this years ago to give his family a better life, but none of that ever happened. They only built a bigger house because Evie was on the way, and that's proof that the new little piggy really is the favorite. We can see this in the decorating episode, where Mr. Bull delivers the entire renovation to the pig family. They bought a bigger TV, a bigger kitchen, and an entire room just for Evie. Sure, her siblings also got their own rooms, but everyone knows that for years Mommy and Daddy let George and Peppa sleep together. It's pretty clear already that today's video has tons of evidence about who the favorite child is, right? So you already know. Grab your popcorn, because another Cinewave is about to begin. Birthday. But what if, in reality, the favorite child is George? Long before Evie was born, we had the episode about the little pig's birthday, and if you remember that day, Mommy and Daddy Pig made it clear they love George, maybe even more than they should. On George's birthday, everybody woke up early and he got his very first present. And no, nothing like that ever happened for Peppa. After that, Mummy Pig said she had a surprise for her son. And do you know what it was? They closed an entire museum just for George so he could enjoy the dinosaur exhibit without waiting in line. And do you think Peppa ever had something like that on her birthday? Of course not. And after all of that, do you know what George got? A giant dinosaur-shaped bounce toy. If that's not proof that this little piggy is the favorite, then what else could it be? There are more examples, but we'll get to those in a bit. Main character. But Peppa is the favorite child, everybody knows that. And the reason is very simple, she's the main character. The best of all the characters. The entire show is about Peppa. How could she not be the favorite? There are nearly 400 episodes over more than 20 years, and every single one of them is about how Peppa grows and understands the world with her friends. In other words, there's no character more important than her. This proof is really strong on our list, isn't it? And beyond that, let's make it clear that if it weren't for Peppa, there wouldn't even be any other characters. So you better believe that the star of the show really is Daddy and Mummy Pig's favorite daughter. But are there more pieces of evidence in Peppa's favor? Yes, absolutely, but we'll talk about that in just a bit. Announcement. Evie may not be the main character of the show, at least not yet, but she's definitely the most famous. Don't believe it? Everyone remembers that Evie was introduced to the whole world on TV. For the very first time in the show's history, Mummy and Daddy Pig appeared on real-world television to announce that they were expecting another baby. TV channels everywhere, even YouTube, wouldn't stop talking about Evie's arrival. This little character has to be the family's favorite. Who wouldn't be proud of her? Evie became famous just for being born. On top of that, did you know the number of fans of the show grew a lot after Evie joined the series? That's proof that the new character is truly the daughter everyone would love to have. Would you like to be as famous as Evie? Drop a hashtag pig in the comments so we can connect. Attention. George is a little piggy who gets more attention from his parents, and that's why he might be the favorite child. A very clear example happens in the episode where the pig family went to a Japanese restaurant. In that story, Peppa wanted to try a few dishes, but Daddy Pig thought it would be too expensive and ended up sending back the food his daughter had picked. But hold on just a second, why did Peppa have to give up what she chose, but George didn't? Do you see how that's proof the middle child is really the favorite? And on top of that, there was the day they went to the movies. George didn't like the film and got scared of one of the characters. Peppa was having fun, but her brother wasn't. And to fix the situation, Mummy Pig suggested they leave the theater. In other words, Peppa almost had to give up watching her favorite movie because of her brother. Good thing her parents didn't go through with that, but still, it's proof that George really is a special son. Peppa. Peppa is the favorite child not just because she's the main character, but also because she's allowed to do pretty much whatever she wants. Do you remember the parachute jump episode? It all started when Madame Gazelle's school needed money to fix the roof. So, Peppa said that Mummy Pig would do a parachute jump to raise the money by selling tickets. And not only that, but Daddy Pig ended up falling out of the plane because of the confusion Peppa caused. And if you think that's all, think again. Everyone remembers very well the episode where Grandpa Pig built a treehouse for his grandkids. On that day, Peppa got to decide who could and couldn't come in. That same day, our little star even made a really mean joke about Daddy Pig's belly, and even though her dad was hurt, she didn't get scolded for being so nasty. Isn't that proof enough that Peppa is the favorite child, and that's why she gets away with doing all these things? Queen. Actually, Evie is the favorite child because she's the future Queen of England. You don't know what we're talking about? The new little piggy was born at St. Mary's Hospital in London. That hospital is one of the most expensive in the country, and because of that, it's proof that she's really her parents' favorite. The pig family must have spent a fortune for Evie to come into the world in style. And what does that have to do with her being the future queen? It's simple. This is the same hospital where the princes of England were born, and if you think that's the only reason, think again. On the day Evie was born, a royal family messenger was used to announce that the little piggy was among us, and in the end, he even said, "Long live Evie Pig." And that's the kind of thing that's only said to a queen. How could Peppa and George's little sister not be the favorite after that? The favorite. Maybe George has something to say about being the child his parents love the most, since he never gets punished. Don't believe it? Who remembers the episode where the middle child stole the TV remote and changed the channel when it was Peppa's turn to watch her favorite music video? George didn't respect Peppa's choice and just switched to the dinosaur channel. And do you know what Daddy Pig did at that moment? He turned off the TV. He said that if the siblings couldn't agree on what to watch, then it was better if they didn't watch anything at all. But hold on a second, Daddy Pig. Justice doesn't work like that. It was Peppa's turn to use the TV, and George just grabbed the remote without permission. This kind of situation is proof that George is the favorite child. He can pull off something mean like that and still not get scolded. And Peppa ended up losing her turn to watch TV. Poor Peppa, our main character. But you'll always have your turn to watch our videos every single day. Just subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Television. Speaking of television, Peppa, who is an animated character, is definitely the one her parents love the most. We know this because of the TV Land episode when the pig family went to a studio just for Peppa. That day, our little star wanted to find out how a TV show worked, so Daddy Pig took them all into the world of cameras, and Peppa even got to appear live for the whole world to hear what she had to say. Not to mention that they also got to meet Super Potato, Peppa's hero. It's amazing how much her parents love her, letting her do whatever she wants. And it's not just because she's the main character. There's another episode where our main little pig uses her favorite child privileges when she asked her dad to add a swing to the house he was building for Mr. Wolf. That made everything more expensive, but since she's the favorite, they went ahead and did everything she wanted. Music. But Evie is still competing as the favorite child. Did you know she has a song just for her, and that the show even changed its opening theme because of the new character? Who wouldn't be the favorite with something like that? Evie's song is officially part of the series, and that's proof she's the daughter her parents love the most. Peppa and George don't have songs about them, and that's proof those two aren't quite as special. I mean, Peppa is the star of the show, of course, but it's obvious that the one who stole everyone's heart was Evie. But what do you think about that? Toys. And if you think George gets left behind, not at all. Have you noticed he's always getting new toys? In the episode The New Dinosaur, we found out just how much the pig parents love giving presents to their little boy. In that story, George broke part of his toy, and to fix the problem, his parents decided to buy him a brand new one. Another dinosaur that was much more expensive, could walk by itself, and even talked. All of that only for George to reject the new toy in the end and stick with his old plastic dinosaur. Isn't that proof enough that he's the favorite? The truth. We think the truth is that there really isn't a favorite child, and everything we've shown on this list is proof that Daddy and Mummy Pig love all three of their kids and do everything for them. Just the way a happy family should be. And if you want to be even happier, we've picked out 2 more videos for everyone to enjoy. We'll see you in the next one. See you soon!